Whenever we learn to look, we develop one of the most fundamental skills in having the ability to navigate crucial conversations, reactive behavior, and servant leadership. When we can learn to listen and learn to look, we can learn the skill of denying self. Yesterday, I said that we want to put me first. I put me first in order that I can begin to recognize any obstacle that might be in my life that gets in the way of the uh, lives around me, that gets in the way of the relationships that I want to have. I've got to stop and ask myself, what do I really want? And in that, I might begin to see something that's a little bit aberrant. If I want my way, if I want to be right, if I want to go first, if I want to, whatever it is, if it's me centered, self centric instead of Jesus centered and Jesus centric, then there's a problem. I've got a plank problem. And I first have to remove the plank problem before I can do anything else. So when Jesus says deny ourselves, he's not saying that we have no awareness of ourselves, that we deny what we're feeling or what we're thinking. Um, Contrary to that, I'm paying attention to what I'm feeling. Am I defensive? Am I insecure? I'm paying attention to what I'm feeling. I'm not ignoring what I'm thinking. I'm paying attention to what I'm thinking because it's only there that I can identify those thoughts are the thoughts that are getting me into trouble. When I put me first, it's so I can go second. I can put someone else's interests before myself, above myself, and before me. To do this, that self-examination has to happen. I need to learn to look at the condition of my own heart, of my own perspective, so I can take the plank out of my eye. Remember our passage. Jesus says, why do you look at the speck of sawdust? I had some sawdust at church, and I got right. Have you ever been cutting wood and you got your skill saw, your DeWalt saw? Boy, I have. And I tell you what, I have had sawdust in my eye. And you know what happens? Work stops. In fact, everything stops. Because when you get just the smallest little speck in your eye, it has the power. A little speck in one little part of your eye has the power to stop everything in your life. Zero productivity because that speck in your eye. But what if you had a plank in your eye? Jesus says, I've got to pay attention to the plank in my own eye. And then I can start to walk the plank. I love the old, "Aye, matey." I love the old pirate ship movies and metaphors. And when he's, oh, we're going to take this fella and make him walk the plank. What is he saying? He's out of there. We got to get rid of that guy. We're gonna be done with him. I have to walk the plank whenever I recognize there's a plank in my own eye. I got to put to death whatever belongs to my earthly nature. I've got to do away with. Deny yourself, take up your cross, an instrument of execution. The plank was an instrument of execution for the pirate ship. Even the good sailors, when they had somebody bad on the ship, they would make them walk the plank. They're walking into the abyss because they're an obstacle to what we want to do. God calls us to be willing to die to self. But I have to know the self I need to die to. It's not the self that has made room for Jesus. It's the self that doesn't make room for Jesus. It's not the self that doesn't want to love others. It's the self that wants to love me first. It's not the self that wants to be generous. It's the self that wants to be stingy. I got to walk the plank. I got to deal with that part of me so I can consider others' interest more important than my own. When that takes place, there's something powerful because now I am perfectly poised to seek first to understand the other person before being understood. I'm perfectly poised to do unto others as I would have them do unto me. I'm perfectly poised to have a crucial conversation because I have recognized, I've looked at my own reactive behavior and I've put it in check. I've set that aside so I can hear the other person. Even if they are reactive, I can hear, I can listen, and seek to understand their perspective and their emotions. Because when I do, their emotions subside and they feel understood. And we are more than halfway to resolving whatever it is once I can simply hear and embrace the other person and the emotional energy they've brought to the conversation. It's crucial. It's critical that you and I learn to look. Lord Jesus, help us. Help us as we seek to follow you in such a way, Lord, that we pay attention to the crucial conversation. Lord, equip us so we can see it coming. Give us foresight, not just hindsight. Lord, help us to see our own reactive behavior inside of us so we can have insight about when we don't feel safe. Lord, help us to learn to look at the condition of our own heart and to continually allow you to purify our motives so we can deny self, take up our cross, and follow you. So we can consider others' interests more important than our own. Help us, Jesus. I will look forward to being with you this weekend. We're going to talk very specifically this week about how to make it safe. Learning to make conversations safe when you feel afraid, threatened, and anxious. Don't miss it. I will see you soon. God bless.